morning. Hope the birds are singing nicely for you. They are for me. All right, today we have Northern Red Oak. Fresh cut. It's been down from a storm about 3 weeks, maybe a month, down at my neighbor's. Went and finally cut it up yesterday. And I split some last night. And I know I've done some red oak before, but I thought since this was fresh and good stuff, I would do another one. And I'm using a double bit today because this oak split so nice fresh. And I've been using the Monster Maul and some other stuff for the exercise, but I just wanted to bring out one of these guys, a nice thin bladed flared bits. So yeah, red oak, Northern Red Oak. This is pretty championship stuff once it gets seasoned. It's definitely one of the best splitting woods there is. These double bit axes are chopping axes first. Not splitting axes because of their thin profile, but they work pretty good on this stuff. All right, I like to get it right about there before I move on. Some guys will carry on, but I'm gonna pause and turn. Red oak is what most hardwood flooring is made out of around here. A lot of it goes overseas. I think it's American red oak, in case there's confusion there. It makes good flooring. It's very porous wood. There's a bunch of different types of red oaks. Red oak trees grow all over the eastern half of the country. It's not just one tree. Well, I guess I'm saying it wrong. Scientifically, I think there are lots of species of red oak. This is Northern Red Oak, which is probably the most common. It grows from Canada to Florida for the most part. There may be some, it may stop a little bit north of there, but I know it grows in Minnesota. Maybe not all the way down to Florida. Maybe replaced at some point, but it pretty much grows all over the East Coast. It is a grand tree if it let grown. Beautiful leaves, great firewood, good lumber. It works really easy, and it's readily available. But there's the black oak, the scarlet oak, shoemart oak, turkey oak, that are all technically red oaks, but this is kind of like the vanilla red oak. And look, there's a big clustered knot right there. This splits it, no problem. Yeah, this is kind of like the vanilla red oak. Where white oak would be the vanilla white oak. And there's lots of those too, but talk about that another time. And it's really, really pretty wood. As it dries, it loses some of that deep color, but then that's what the stains and oils and stuff are for. And you can see it's clean. Not a lot of string outside of the heart. If it has one negative, it's the same one that all oaks share, and that's takes a little bit longer to season. Like it's the day after Memorial Day, and I'm gonna split this, stack it in the sun, and there it'll sit till fall. Probably won't burn it this fall. Probably give it a whole year. Some people say oak's best in 2 years, and I think if you live north of the Ohio River, that's probably true, because it just doesn't get as hot up there. For as long as it does down here. I just don't know that it definitely will. I mean, if I live this for 2 years, there's not gonna be anything wrong doing that, aside from it just taking up space. But I think that even cut green like this, you could burn it in the summer, after a summer split. Now, it would be best if it was cut in, say, January, and split then and there. Then a spring green tree. You know, this was full leaf out, so the sap was up. The ant's gonna have a bad day if he doesn't move on. See if I can miss him. Yeah, pretty sure I missed him. But you can see this stuff flies apart. This tree was this was just the top part of the tree. There's another half of it that's still growing and upright. So it's a big Y fork. This is one side of that fork that blew out, and it's got some heart rot and some carpenter ant damage. But it's still pretty good stuff. I forget what I was saying. Yeah, so I think I'll probably won't burn this until 24-25 season. But then again, it may do just fine by the end of the summer. I don't know, we'll see. Right now it's still pretty juicy. I think you want to get to around 20%. Humidity, moisture content, whatever, in the wood. And right now this is probably around 40%. I've got a moisture meter I could go get. If your wood is too dry, like if you're burning it in a wood burning stove, it just burns a little faster. I like to have just a little bit of moisture in mine, you know, around 20%, or 15 to 20 is okay. God, look at that, perfect. You know, some people may say, well, you need to dry on that, and maybe better, you may get more efficient burning, but I get my chimney pipe reamed out every year by the 30-year chimney sweep in the area, you know, the guy who knows his stuff, and he always says that you can tell that I'm burning the right kind of wood because my pipes are always perfectly clean. So I'm okay with that level of season, but I also do pay attention to what kind of wood. Like, I've got tons of different wood at various levels of season, and so I might just save this for next time, or I may throw a piece in. But if I ever am concerned, then I'll typically burn a piece or two, what would be a typical piece or two, in the bonfire, and listen for sizzle, a little quality control. Okay, red oak. Red oak is one of those, it may be the best example. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and declare right here on the internet, this is the best example of a porous hardwood in North America. You know, you can see guys who will take a red oak board, raw red oak board, and stick one in some water and blow air through it and bubbles will come out. I think that's what makes it good firewood too. Well, part of the reason it makes it good firewood is a lot of air can get in there on a micro level. This piece is kind of messy looking. We'll see what it does. I looked at it. Split's pretty good. I got greedy. See, I don't like this part of the double bit action. I don't have to use it that way, but a lot of furniture is made from red oak. Furniture veneer, economy furniture veneer. It's definitely not a prized hardwood like maybe a walnut or even the lesser sought after ones like cherry or hard maple. But you go down to a sawmill, red oak's the same as poplar. It's always about 60 cents a foot. I think that's because it's common, and the way the tree grows, it's really good for applications like flooring and furniture making, which don't require, you know, huge boards. A lot of the old tobacco barns around here have red oak siding. Which is a little odd. It's definitely not a what I would consider a durable outdoor wood. It will, oh, big knot, adoy. It will not last if it's touching the ground at all. And if it's flat like a deck flooring, no, not red oak. White oak you could get by with if you use all hardwood, but not the red. know, sometimes you got to know better. But I got this big knot in the middle, which ruins about this much of it. And I got the little twisty thing down there, and a big twist over here. This is where I should probably get a different tool. One thing about oak, it likes to be split against perpendicular to the radius in pie pieces. It's not so much of a fan of the chip away, or chipping away the sides. You can do it, but you're gonna struggle like I am here. You instantly see these black darkening. That's the tannins pulling the iron out of the wood. Surface patina. Red oak has a lot of that in it. Both oaks do. Alright. Time for a big gun. That's why I don't use this guy all that often. Flip it over and see too. Oh yeah. Guess you probably saw that. A broken limb. That curve came in. It hid from me. I could go again, I guess. Also, a little tobacco trivia. If you go to north central Tennessee, around Adams, Sango, they grow a burley tobacco up there. Burley is typically what dip and cigarettes are made out of, but also pipe tobacco. Anyway, they grow burley tobacco up there. It's called Dark Fire, Kentucky. And to cure it, they hang it in these tall barns, 2 or 3 story barns, and in the bottom, in the fall, you know, when the tobacco has sat in humid late summer air, which Tennessee and Kentucky are known for in September, August. Tobacco will hang and cure there. And then once it's had enough age on it, or I may be getting it mixed up, they may do this right when they pick it. But then they'll take red oak, sawmill rounds. I mean, they're not full rounds, I guess they're slabs, bark slabs. You think about you're squaring up a log and you're gonna cut the bark off, and there's get a little heartwood in there. Sawmills always have piles of them laying around because it's basically at that point firewood. But they will set fires in the bottom of these barns using those red oak slabs and smoke the tobacco to cure it. Now it's not like a super intense smoke, but if you happen through that area at that time of year, the most wonderful smell permeates the land. And it doesn't smell like cigarettes or cigars. It doesn't smell like tobacco. It smells like red oak. And it is pretty neat. It imparts a certain strength to the leaf. This is kind of rotten. This is, as we got down near the tree, we got a little rot in there. It's okay. Which means this piece will season a little quicker. I like cooking with red oak, making charcoal with it, but it definitely needs to be dry for either one of those. If there's a high moisture content in a wood that you're cooking with, it's going to sizzle and steam a lot and require more out of your starting charcoal, things like that. Not a fan of that. Don't want that. I missed. Still got it though. It's the one I wanted. We'll do one more. Then I got to go. This is back up the other end. Some more rottiness. We got a crotch down here. That should be easily avoidable because I'll shave off this side. Bingo. So that's split. That's done. I can go right here. Get a little more. We'll go one time on this side.